Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Let's Play Avernum 3 Ruined World. This will be part 12 of our Let's Play, and in the last episode we encountered a nasty drake that wanted our help with other nasty drakes, and we also found the town of Colchis, which, as you can see, is over here, and from what we can tell has been, well, completely overrun by slimes. Sign says keep away. What could go wrong? A band of humans have built a dirty shanty town up here in the hills, concealed behind the narrow winding passage up here. They seem intent on being left alone. A sign says, "None come in. This means you. Approach." Sure. The grey-haired patriarch of the clan pokes his head over the wall and yells, "Nobody's coming in here till all them slimes are gone. You ain't safe. Keep coming and we'll kill ya." I don't know how that got to Australian towards the end, that back inbred Australian accent. You back away in order to avoid slaughtering innocent inbred townsfolk. Yeah, there you go. that super bogan accent. Let's deal with these slimes. So, maybe they came from Colchis. Maybe they fled. And they've just, like, you know, set up in the hills. They're like, that's it. Not going in there anymore. That place is full of badness. Hey! You just run straight through. God damn. Alright. Well, in that case, let's put an end to most of this. Ah, nice. That's what I like to see. Okay, let's finally get to, what's that place called? Krizan. Long past due, I think, for us to get to, like, the biggest island here. Scroll Sanctification. Doesn't that let us... Blesses and cures your group. Outside combat sanctifies nearby evil altars. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. We're going to need that. You meet a militia group. They're inexperienced warriors, banded together to protect their home. They introduce themselves and say they're from the city of Krizan, not far away. If they recognize you as being Avernites, they don't comment on it, even though it must be completely obvious. Your appearance is very distinctive. Anyway, they tell you be on the lookout for slimes and move on. As the militia moves on, you notice that they give you a last long look. They seem confused that there is a Nephil travelling so close to the city. They don't seem inclined to do anything about it. Interesting, so... Ah, we can't go here. You enter the village of Silvar. Coincidentally, Silvar is the name of one of the largest cities in Avernum. Who knows? Perhaps the Silvar below was originally founded by a homesick person who lived here prior to banishment. Probably. Seems pretty sensible. See, doing perimeter walks in this, not as interesting as the perimeter walks in the previous two games in the caves, because you never know what you're going to find in the caves. Also said we were going to get to Krizan, and we immediately have not. Oh well. We'll get there in a minute. Gotta talk to some people. What does this say? Temple of Divine Lucre. Kilborn. This man is fastidiously cleaning, counting, stacking, and restacking several large piles of coins on top of the altar. The coins are all shapes and sizes, and from all over. He gives you a polite little bow. I am Kilborn. Welcome to the Temple of the Divine Lucre. What sort of temple is this? Information is power. Power costs. I will tell you our philosophy for but a few coins, and the services we offer for only 20. Tell of the services you can provide. Well, we no longer offer healing, I'm afraid. Not cost effective, even with the slime attacks. I do, however, have several spells I can teach very efficiently. I can also perform the rare ritual of added value. If you bring me quality items, steel, crystal, and leather, and a modest payment, I can magically turn them into superior goods. Please perform the ritual of added value. He looks over your supplies. I need 50 coins, a focusing crystal, and the finest steel or leather. Then I can transform them. Let me know what you would like. Okay. Have the slimes threatened your temple recently? Of course. The damage they have caused has been repaired, only at great expense. The health of this shrine's coffers has been seriously drained. What spells do you teach? Which is him. Okay, can only improve in shops once. He had exorbitant prices anyway. I think we got them at expensive, didn't we? So, we made a fair profit. The Silvar docks are empty. There are no ships and no sailors. The monsters plaguing Valorum must have brought sea travel to a halt. Right, let's go in here. Ooh, it's locked. It looks, and smells, like some slime slipped inside this house. The results weren't pretty. Everything inside is covered with acidic slime and slowly decaying. And here's the slimes in question. I love the idea that in, you know, the civilized upper world, that slimes can just wander into houses, you know, as you do. You guys did some damage. We'll just keep hammering him like this. Although he did poison me, which is kind of rude, for lack of a better word. Anything in here? Not really. Oh. One more slime. And one less slime. Oh, 20 silver coins. Alright. Oh, that's worth it. You see a human skeleton, perfectly cleaned of flesh. This must be the remains of the house's owner. It'd be nice if they paid me to fix that. Alright, so let's make sure we get around the outside of all the buildings before we go in anywhere. Okay, what's this say? Oh, it looks like it's just a guard post, I suppose, yeah. But over here. You enter the house and see a woman and her child sitting down to a very meagre meal. They are desperately thin. The slimes have brought them hard times. Your entrance first terrifies, then angers them. They scream at you to leave. Fair enough. Probably would too, to be honest. Someone just wanders into your house. Okay, nothing there. It's a big chest, though. I'll take that. I have no qualms about stealing in this game, by the way. I'll take anything. Anything and everything. What's in here? Tinker. The Tinker looks up from a rather intricate repair job. You can't help but feel that his face... Oh, yeah, okay. Never mind. We know about him, right? He, yeah, sells random junk. Don't need anything else. Although we could sell. I need to sell something. Sell all that. 404 coins. That is not too bad. Alright, seems like the inn's going to be the way to go. So let's talk to Vorgar. This man's plate armor, vicious greatsword, and epic muscles mark him as one not to be trifled with. Markings on his breastplate mark him as an Empire dervish, a member of the Empire's elite shock troops. A brief look at you raises his eyebrows. He debates what to do about you, then he sullenly stares into his ale. I'm Vorgar, he grumbles. You're an Empire dervish. Yeah, one of the elite. Best of the best. So you better leave soon if you know what's good for you. Any Nephilim in this town are likely to end up impaled on a sword. You stationed here? Yeah, I've been placed here to fend off the slimes. It's one of my easier assignments. So Sylvar is safe then? While I'm here... I wanted to send 2 dervishes. Told them they'll be overreacting. At any rate, there are a few of us in Khrizan province. There don't seem to be any Empire troops in Khrizan. He grunts. Empire has placed little of its strength in Khrizan. I know not why, but it's not my place to question the wisdom of my benevolent masters. You're an Empire dervish. You stationed here. What was one of your harder assignments? He frowns. I served in Avernum. I was part of a unit that was ambushed by a Vanatai and Worm Patrol. Worms are what Empire troops called the Avanites. What happened to your unit? Only I and one other survived. Vanatai even slew the wounded. I made an oath. What was your oath? When all this business with the slimes is done, I'll go back down there, alone or with others, and all you worms will pay. Count on it. Clearly recognizes you as an Avanite. Considering the paleness of your skin, it's not too surprising. Yeah, well, you invaded us first. Actually, I suppose they did invade us first. Interesting sort of flip of the points of view. The innkeeper is a rotund woman with long dark hair. She's reading a book when you approach the bar. You have to clear your throat to get her attention. I'm Keldar, welcome to my inn. How fares this place? Not too well. Not much business, what with all the slimes. I'll give you a good room for only 3 coins, and wine for 1. Best prices in the province. Have the slimes been a real bother? Ever since the slimes started appearing, it's been nothing but constant attacks. Oh well, at least we didn't end up like Colchis. I'm afraid to ask, but what happened to Colchis? The poor village was only 20 miles to the east. I say was. They were hit by even more slime attacks than us. Constant. The humans abandoned the place, and the slimes took over. Nothing but ruins there now. Why did Colchis get more slime attacks? Not sure. Nobody knows why they got more attacked than us. One thing I've heard, though, the farther west from here you go, the fewer slimes there are. Why do you think that is? She shrugs. What do I look like? I'm an innkeeper. She looks pointedly at her book. That's all for now. Probably means that east is where the slimes are coming from. It's just harder to, harder to get them further out. Maybe they're being controlled. I don't know what I clicked there. You approach the farmhouse and a group of locals come out to meet you. They're polite and apologetic and tell you that if you don't leave, they'll have to try to kill you. They aren't trusting anyone at this point, let alone pale-skinned, weird-armed strangers. You leave. Yeah, maybe they're being, like, controlled? And they can't control them the further away they get. You encounter a large pack of wolves on the hunt for wild game. They shy away from you, but that wouldn't prevent you from hunting them. Yeah, we'll hunt them. Get rid of the wolves, we'll do everyone a favour. And, more importantly, get some of that sweet, sweet XP. Ooh, nice. Good old wargs. Ooh, actually missed. Suppose only level 1. Ooh, you missed as well. Okay, wargs are still kind of tough. Nice miss. There we go. We didn't get anything. As you finished off one of the wargs, you noticed it had a pouch around its neck. You open it and find some gold. How odd that such a beast would carry something like this. That is pretty strange. Alright, let's train Jesh Osh. We will give him strength, I believe. And we'll give him tool use. And polearms. That must mean you're nearly due. Oh, yeah you are. Both of you are. Excellent. So you're level 9, you're level 9, you're level 8. Okay, good. Everyone's the same level. Sign says, Inn of Blades. Good food, safe lodging, north. Must be over this way somewhere. Or it's like just here. Alright, but we're definitely going to go into Krizan. You are at the outskirts of the city of Krizan, one of the largest cities on the continent of Valorum. Even the largest settlements in Avernum look minuscule compared to Krizan. Krizan is a small settlement by Empire standards. As you get close, you pass travellers, farmers, and soldiers. Practically all of them notice you. Your crude clothes, thinness, and pale skin immediately mark you as different, and at least some of them must recognise you as Avonites. Yet they don't seem interested. For whatever reason, they don't care that you are from the Empire's enemy. Perhaps people here aren't influenced by the Empire much, or perhaps they have worse things to worry about. There are patches of burned land around the city, left there to fend off the occasional incursions from deadly slimes. So where have we not been? We've done like the whole coast. I'm pretty sure we have been up this way, it just doesn't load the map after a certain distance. Alright, let's go in Krizan. Oh, okay, they've had some holes in the wall by the looks. Had to patch it up with magical barriers. Recognize that well. Oh, hello. Secret tunnel? Secret tunnel! Secret tunnel! Love me some Avatar. After years in subterranean hovels, the splendor of the huge buildings and streets before you, teeming with life, makes your eyes pop. You enter the city of Krizan for the first time. After worrying about how you'll be greeted by the Empire's citizens when you actually enter one of their cities, you find that your fears were ill-founded. Nobody gives you more than a passing look as they go about their business. However, clearly, all is not well. The people are nervous and watch the ground carefully as they walk. As you look closer, you see the city walls have been scorched and melted. A sour smell you cannot identify hangs over the street. It occurs to you that these people don't care about being visited by Avonites because they have much more pressing concerns to deal with. You notice that, while the guards here aren't overtly hostile, they give you quiet, nasty looks as you pass. Non-humans aren't welcome here. Well, I don't see how that's my problem. If you guys are bigoted, you can just get over it. Nah, gee, thanks for the help up there, guys. Also, you know there's slimes, like, right outside your walls. Just saying. Yeah, there's definitely some holes in there. Obviously, I haven't got around to patching them up yet. Nah, see, this is why we check around the outside. You have found a concealed tunnel through the Krizan city walls. It's not surprising that it's here. What city would be complete without a way for smugglers to slip in and out? Okay, nothing else happens. Ah! Someone has found a nice secluded niche in the city walls and fashioned a concealed tunnel into it. The area has the stink of illegality about it. Well, no one will miss it if I nick everything then. Alright, and we'll do the coast. Just to make sure we've covered everything. And we have. The sign says, Krizan Warehouse District. Trespassers and looters will be punished with death. Fair enough. Let's talk to Denzil. You meet a seedy-looking sailor walking around town looking bored. He shuffles over to you. It seems he finds talking to you preferable to doing nothing. I'm called Denzil. How do you do? Do you have an occupation? He shrugs and spits. Normally I'm a sailor. It's a disaster for people in my trade these days, I tells ya. Do you like being a sailor? He scratches a tattooed arm. Bad trade to be in these days. Nobody's shipping anything anywhere. Too many monsters. People must be afraid of the slime spreading. Bet you think this is the only place with lots of monsters. Don't kid yourself. I've heard the rumours. We sailors get around. There's monsters running around everywhere. Watch your back. As for me, I'm running. Where are you moving to? I'm waiting to sign on with some merchants going west. There's a town called Perges to the west. Hasn't been attacked much. Maybe I'll be safe there. Sure, getting out of here as soon as I can. Way too many monsters. I have another question. You look like you've travelled a lot. Heard any rumours? He leans close to you, close enough for you to savour his somewhat acrid smell. In fact, I have. Want to hear what I've heard? Sure. I've heard that the Avanites walk among us. They've found a way to come to the surface and they're travelling around. And do you believe this? Hell no. The Empire itself put them down there. I believe that anyone the Empire puts away stays put away. I think it'll take a lot more than a bunch of ignorant cave dwellers to put one over on the Empire. He nods, confident he's given you some solid advice. Then he moves on. Okay, I'm not going to go in there because they said it would be punished with death, so best we don't. There's a giant rat there, though. We'll kill that. Okay, so let's not... I said I wasn't going to go in, but there is a giant spider in this one, so why not? Ooh, yes. Mind if I do. That one's open too. There we go. And picking locks gives us XP, so that's good. Alright, magic. Obviously, we'll up the pre-spells and probably first aid, I guess. And Cordelia. 12 is pretty high. How about endurance, actually? Just give you a little more health, so you don't die in one hit. Alright. Ooh, that one didn't need a lockpick. I mean, this place isn't that big. I'll give it its big. You stand in the middle of a ruined shipyard. The pattern of the wreckage tells the story. Quite clearly, large holes have been melted in the city wall, probably with acid, enabling the slimes to slip through. After that, the scorched walls indicate heavy spell use, causing fires. More acid completed the destruction. Finally, the holes were plugged with magical barriers, and the building was left abandoned. A sour smell hangs over the ruins. One thing is clear. Individually, the slimes may not be that powerful. In groups, however, they can wreak a remarkable amount of damage. Nothing there that we really care about. That's a guard post. Yeah, I mean, this place isn't that big. It's big, I'll give you that. I wouldn't say it's, like, enormous. The owner would see me. How, pray tell, would they manage that? I don't know. Also, that seems really dodgy, having a little door there that goes into the thing. The Rowdy Ore vacancy. What's this? Shrine of the Revealing Light. Let's talk to Terry. You meet a young woman wearing the long white robes and ankh of a healer. She is an island of calm in this besieged city, yet she wears a big axe at her belt. Greetings, wanderers. I am Terry, one of the healers of Krizan. What can you do for me? Nothing, I'm afraid, except give you a place to rest. You seem in full health, and I have no potions to spare for travellers. Do you need any bandages? She is relieved to hear that you have some. What kind of work are you engaged in? Well, I mainly act as the town healer. Lots of work. Plus I maintain the shrine, for what it's worth. Tell me about your shrine. Well, Krizan has one small shrine to the healing arts, and I look after it. Nothing compared to what the other cities have. It's more a worry than anything else, I'm afraid. What is worrying? Well, Krizan has lots of sailors. They're a superstitious lot. They're always coming to pray that their boat doesn't sink. It's all I can do to clean the mud off everything. I don't really care what temples and other cities are like. Heron's herring, fine food. Well, we don't really need fine food, but we'll open it up just to show that we've been there. Benedict. An elderly, angular man sits behind the counter, glumly polishing a shield. There is plenty of armor behind the counter, which is peculiar considering the number of books in the shop. He looks up at you. Another warrior! Fine. Welcome to my shop. I'm Benedict. Actually, okay, that emphasis was all wrong, but that's okay. I would like to sell something. Here you go. Have some of this. 240 coins is pretty good. Can I buy some of your items? Actually, change my mind. I don't really give a shit. None of that's what I want. Yeah, I mean, this place isn't massive. Big, give it that. The Crusty Sailor, so that's a tavern. Also, what's over here? What's this? Fellows? This man has the rough, worn look of a sailor, but he wears the robes of an apprentice mage. Dirty and torn robes, but robes nonetheless. He stares intently into an orb on the table in front of him. As you enter, he looks up from the orb. Welcome, I am Fellows. What can you do for me? Greetings, child. I will forecast your future for only 10 coins. Also, I can share with you my great magical skills. What are your magical skills? He waves his hand and there is a flash of light. It's a very simple spell. I can create charms which will shift your fortunes. Purchase one and you'll never be devoured by the seas. A bargain compared to the value of your life. Sure, I'll buy one of your charms. I mean, it does just add +1 to luck. It's expensive. Don't care. Another question. What can you do for me? Go ahead and tell my future. Pay 10 coins. He takes your gold and waves his hand over the orb. I see many adventures, and much fame, and treasure. You aren't impressed. You will also be a great hero. Well done. I'd like to know more about my future. Oh, it really looked glorious, but I don't want to, spoil the surprise. You really can see in the astral realms? He sighs. Yes, sort of. Not well. No. If I had the true sight, I would find the ring I lost. It was a simple gold band, but one I really liked. I dropped it when I was outside. When I was outside the west gate. The slime surprised me. God damn it. I just sold that to this guy. And I don't think I can buy it back, can I? That's not how that works. Can I go back? Hang on. Autosave. Ah, shit. I think I just sold it, didn't I? That's annoying. Okay, well, that one's never getting done. I don't care. Damn! That's a bummer. Why would it not be a quest item? It's kind of frustrating. Oh well. Can't do everything. Can't have it every way. Can we find like a... I don't know, mayor's office? Town hall? Something like that? Surely it must be this big building here, yeah? You find a small bedroll and a cooking pot. It looks like someone is in the habit of sleeping here occasionally. Strange wizard. A wizard in dark robes sits cross-legged in front of you. He looks intently at you from under bushy eyebrows. He clearly could not be less impressed. You ask his name. He responds. Names have power, child. Why are you sitting here? He shakes his head in amusement. I am merely observing. In this age of fury and blades, knowledge is a true weapon. Why did you call this an age of fury and blades? Avernum attacks the Empire. Empire attacks Avernum. The struggle is no longer relevant. Krizan fights the slimes. This struggle is not relevant. Our true enemy has yet to be found. What have you observed? I am simply watching carefully what happens. Who is doing what, and what is coming from where. Others can kill monsters, and they have their purpose. However, those who wish to solve the true problems that face us must watch and search and learn. Our true enemy has yet to be found. How can knowledge be used as a weapon? We all have much to learn, and about more than just monsters. For example, I believe Valorum contains certain valuable magical artifacts. Can you tell me about the magical artifacts you know about? I have been trying to find them. I believe, for example, that I have discovered the location of the long-lost Wand of Endless Magery. Perhaps I would tell its location to one who showed me he had true dedication. And how would I show my true dedication? He thinks, well, I think 2,500 gold is the going rate for true dedication these days. Perhaps you would like to purchase the location of the wand. That is far too much money. Who can put a price on knowledge? He pauses. Come to think of it, I can. And if you can't meet my price, I will not help you. Good day. So there's something good. Don't know if the Wand of Endless Magery would really be helpful. Wait, what did this say? Seems like... yeah, Krizan City Hall. Good. Let's talk to a counselor or something. This room is thick with the sour smell. It's the scent of the evil slimes which have invaded this area. It seems to be coming from the cell doors to the south. You notice that the edges of the doors have been sealed with wax. Ah, smart, see? I won't talk to you just yet. We'll go find like a mayor or something. Sure, Mayor Arbuckle. You meet a small, exhausted man with the bland look of a natural-born bureaucrat. He sits in an impressive, polished oak chair far too large for him. His fine clothes were brought out to this remote town at great expense. You are a dirty, armed citizen of the underworld, making an unexpected visit to his hall. His expression is hard to read. He decides, wisely, to be cordial. Welcome, outsider, to the City Hall of Krizan. I am Mayor Arbuckle. Why did you call me an outsider? It is not completely obvious. The rumors have already spread. We know that Avanites walk among us. Why isn't anyone trying to kill me? This is the frontier. The loyalty to the Empire here is not what it could be. Some will hate you, some will like you, but most simply won't care. Tell me about Krizan. Oh, hang on. Mayor Arbuckle watches you without any sign of visible emotion. Still here, outsider? What else do you want? People of Krizan need no more trouble. He thinks. Though, there may be a way we can help each other. Let's talk. Tell me about Krizan. His eye develops a nervous twitch. I was picked and delivered by the Empire to look after the southern Valorum region. It was a nightmare assignment, and the monsters have only made it worse. He surprises you with his sudden bluntness. Has the Empire settled this entire continent? I believe so, yes. More or less. The backwater continent of Valorum is only recently settled. The post here was a dead end for a career even as it was. Then the slimes appeared. The only worst job is anything dealing with Avernum. When was Valorum settled? The settlement of Valorum only began 2 centuries ago. It is only sparsely populated, and it is the only area where monsters are still known to roam free. The other 3 continents are completely settled, and to be honest, I wish I was there. But Avernum was sealed off. How could it be a problem for us, loyal Empire citizens? His mouth twitches. Don't bother to pretend. I know there are Avanites running around, I don't care. We have too many other problems, and I'm not foolish enough to believe Avernum would attack us by dropping slimes in the middle of nowhere. Just don't create trouble, or I have to start caring, if you get my meaning. So being assigned out here was a punishment. He also didn't really answer my question. Well, I was an inconvenience. I was at the wrong end of a little office power struggle, and ended up at the wrong end of the world. That's the Empire for you. Another question. Yeah, tell me about Krizan. I want to know more about the monsters. It's bad enough that this is the least developed town in the least developed area in the not at all developed continent of Valorum. But then the slimes appeared and started to destroy everything. How long have you had problems with these slimes? He looks at you cannily. I'll be blunt. You're an adventurer from Avernum. I don't know why you're here. I don't care. We have too much else to worry about. He wipes nervous sweat from his forehead. But about the slimes, I have a mission for you. a considerable reward. What sort of mission did you have in mind for me? We don't know who is creating the slimes or why. We don't know where they come from. Perhaps a small, skilled band, such as yours, could have luck finding them. My soldiers have been no use at all, despite months of trying. If you can find out where the slimes are coming from and eliminate the source, you will be rewarded lavishly. Suppose I wanted to try to deal with the slimes. How should I go about it? Ha! If we knew, did you think we would ask for help? He thinks. There is one possibility, actually. There is a tower to the west of here, on the beach. I believe that there is a mage there who knows how to control the slimes. His name is Bohar. How does Bohar control them? Have you asked? No, unfortunately he's quite mad. He's killed every soldier we've sent there. We can't afford to send any more. We hope that you might have more success. Why are you asking me for help? I'm an outsider. Because we have had no luck. He lowers his voice and leans close to you. Smart and talented people do not stay out here. They go north and seek their fortunes. The people under my command are simply not up to the task at hand. Do I think you will succeed? No. Am I willing to take the chance of asking for your help? Yes. That's all for now, thanks. Alright, well, we might head straight to the beach, Bojar. There's some cows grazing, blah blah blah. They look nice compared to the shitty ones in Avernum. That's basically what it always boils down to. What's this? Sign says Delan West, Krizan East. Oh, it's nighttime. What have we got over here? A band of brigands guards this narrow bit of hills between the mountains and the shore. Narrow bit of hills between the mountains and the shore. When they see you, rather, they immediately move to block the path. As you get closer, you notice something very odd. The brigands have several of the brightly coloured slimes writhing and sliding among their feet. However, the slimes don't attack them. In fact, the bandits and slimes seem to be guarding the path together. We'll leave peacefully just so I can save. Whoops, need to get further away. It's all good. Boop. Attack. I probably didn't need to save for this. This looks like it will be a trouncing. Yeah. Unless these thugs are a lot stronger than everything else, this will be over quickly. Okay, and that answered that question. Die. Die. I'm guessing that the slimes sort of ignore some kind of armor. That's what makes them kind of threatening. And they do seem to do decent damage to me. As far as damage goes. Fire! Nice. Anything there? Nope. Alright. Let's have a quick look around, and then we're going to have to close out the episode. But, you know me. Love a good perimeter walk. Love a good perimeter walk. So the thugs obviously work for Bojar, or whatever his name is. So it's probably just like a powerful mage, right? That's what I'm thinking. Oof. Jesh Osh is taking a pounding. That's right, we'll give it straight back. Here, there. Oh, that's a dire wolf. I thought that might have been just a normal wolf. I was incorrect. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Fire at you, and we'll get you to do a Cloak of Curses, actually. I forgot that when you go into town, it drops. I always forget. Fire all the guns. Fire main cannons. Give them a broadside. Ooh. Wow, I am not very lucky on these melee attacks. As usual, we'll grab all this stuff. Alright. Well, we'll get back to the front door. And then we are going to end this episode here. So thank you very much everyone for watching. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see more content from the Aussie Nerd, make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you think you know any friends that might enjoy my content, make sure to share a video or two with them. I really appreciate it. And finally, if you want to leave any hints, tips, tricks, feedback on videos, or you just want to say hi, make sure you do so in the comments section down below so I can see it. And I will see all of you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.